What's going on, guys, and welcome to another review here at Big Gold Belt Media. I'm Cam, and today we're going to talk about Last Stop in Yuma County. This film was originally released in September of 2023 and Fantastic Fest, but now is in selective theaters as of May 10th, 2024. This film is directed by Francis Galopi, and then it also was distributed by Go USA Entertainment. I'll say that. A little bit of the title kind of interests me because I have a brother who lives in Arizona. He actually lives in Yuma, Arizona. So for me, I was like, oh, this kind of sparked and kind of piqued my interest when just reading the title. But I would say this is one of the finest versions or the most recent versions of a Mexican standoff film that you can get. I believe this film actually takes place back in like the 70s during that time. And just to give you let me give you a little rundown or the synopsis of this film. Stranded in an Arizona rest stop, a traveling knife salesman gets thrusted into a high stakes hostage situation by the arrival of two bank robbers who will stop at nothing to protect their ill-begotten fortune. That is easily this film summed up, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's high stakes. A lot of people being put into a situation that they were not looking to be put into. Some of the high points of this film, I would say, let's start with the high points of what I loved about this film. I loved the music, right? The music really catered to not only the dialogue, but also the intensity of every single situation. And I would say also the acting was really, really good in this one. Of course, it stars Jim Cummings as well as Richard Brake, Jocelin, Donahue, and Faison Love. My man is in there. There's a lot of faces in there that you'll recognize in a lot of, I guess you would say more known TV and movies that you're seeing reoccurring in this film. And it's really refreshing to see him in here, as well as Sam Huntington, who has a role in this film as well as David. And Sam Huntington was one of my favorite characters on a show called Being Human, US version, of course, that was on Sci-Fi, I believe, and then like replayed on USA Channel. But that's off topic, to be honest with you. But love seeing him in there. And everyone in this film did such an amazing job to convey that sense of the 1970s. I'll be honest with you. There are some particulars that I was kind of off put about, but we'll get into the one. Let's just stick with the dialogue of what I loved about this film. The scenery, the location, the costumes, the demographic of where they were was so authentic, to be honest with you. I felt like I was in the 70s during this time, and just to be in this desolate area of Yuma. I know Yuma now is, to me, desolate because I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. But in the 70s, I can imagine how much more desolate that area was and how much more desert it actually was compared to a lot more construction of how the area looks now to this day. But yeah, that was some of my highlights or my high points on this film. They did. I mean, honestly, it's a thrill seeker, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of people, if you give this film a chance, you're going to be really, really surprised, to be honest with you, because I think it is definitely worth a watch. Not only for some of these known actors, but the script and the direction of where this film takes you from beginning to middle to end is definitely satisfying for me, and I really enjoyed it. And let's get into the particulars of what I didn't like about this film or what I found kind of confusing, right? So they're in this crazy Mexican standoff situation, and as we see, they are in a diner, right? That's not a spoiler. Everybody can see from the trailer that they're in a diner, right? It's hot outside, right? And obviously, there's no really large AC unit. So it's hot. They're inside. It's hot. I already know it's hot because the sun's beaming. You're in the desert. There's no trees. There's no shade. There's nothing like that. The only coverage you have is inside this diner, which is already a high intensity situation that Nobody in this film is sweating. I was just a little confused about that part because I'm like, I know Yuma. Yuma in the summertime is like 102 outside, right? So indoors is easily like 110 without AC. So how is no one sweating? I mean, maybe you see like, dirty shirts or like, a couple little sweat stains on their shirts and stuff like that, or maybe in the lower neck area of like a lady's blouse or something. But no one looked like they were hot, tired, parched. I would say there was one character that was in this show or in this film was played by Gene Jones, a man named Robert. He looked like he was hot, right? He looked like he was parched and he like a glass of lemonade or something. And that made sense to me. But everybody else just seemed calm, cool, and collected. And I was so confused. Um, so I was just looking for more, to be honest. Made up, I don't want to say my faults, but the things that I noticed definitely were made up by such a great script and also such a great cast. Um, I wish honestly there was a part two of this to see what's going to happen next. Like where is this story going to lead, or what's going to go after this at this point? But I don't think we're going to get that. I think a lot of people are going to see it and definitely want more. So Frank Gillespie out there, man, give us more. We definitely want more. We need a Last Stop in Yuma County Part 2 or whatever the next city is over. We need that as well. This was just such a fun film to watch. It's such a fun seeking ride, I think. So let's talk about some of the characters that are in this that I wasn't confused about, but I'm surprised. So, and like I said, this is a non-spoiler, so I'm not going to tell anybody exactly what's going on. But let's highlight some of the characters that I think are amazing. So Richard Brake plays a character named Bew, right? And there's certain parts in there where you just see such a dark part of Richard. And I think it's absolutely fantastic, man. Like he played this character to a T. And it speaks so much volume for his range and what he can really do, as well as Faison Love. I think Faison Love is very underrated. I mean, he's done so much comedy and stuff like that, but seeing him in this film, it really brought out, his stripes and what he really can do as not only a comedian but as a strong actor. Jim Cummings is obviously phenomenal in this. He is the leading role as the knife salesman. Yes, he does not have a name in this whole entire film. There is no name for him. He is just the knife salesman. And I kept watching closely, thinking to myself, okay, they're going to tell me what his name is eventually. Knife salesman. That's it. That's all you need to know, I guess, at this point. But the cast is not huge. It's a small cast because it literally is, the set is one area. It is this diner area. You get to see one other little desert location in this film, but it really is confined to this little bit of area. But everyone pulls their weight as far as their quality, their skill, and their acting. It is absolutely phenomenal. I'm telling you guys, you need to go check it out for sure. But yeah, if you get a chance, go check out The Last Stop in Yuma County. If I had to rate this film, I'm gonna give it out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4. Honestly, it is definitely that strong. And like I said, it's about an hour and 30 minutes. It is definitely a good watch, and a lot of people, you're not going to be disappointed. So again, go check out Last Stop in Yuma County, which is playing in select theaters currently right now. Thanks again, you guys, for checking out our review. And if you want to see more content just like this, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you can be the first one to know about new content that we drop on a week-to-week basis. Until next time, peace. I